guys, it's Anika here again on our part 2 of our EFT series. So in the first part, as you remember, we had spoken about the foundations of what EFT is and how EFT can help in terms of reducing your stress. So in this video, we are going to look at how to do end-to-end EFT. So the first thing that you need to remember is think about a feeling that has been bothering you for a while. So it could be stress, it could be some kind of an anxiety. So it could be a feeling, a thought, a past memory. So think about that for a moment, and then we can just quickly get into tapping for that particular problem. So remember, there are two main things when we are tapping for EFT. The first one is, what is the emotion? Where do we feel it in the body? And what is the intensity from a scale of 0 to 10 that we would give for that particular issue? So let's say I am thinking about a recent stress that I had experienced. So my emotion is feeling stressed, or that's the feeling. The second thing would be, where do I feel it in my body? Like think of this moment really. Think of where you feel it in your body this moment. Do you feel it as a tightness in your head? Do you feel it in your chest? Do you feel it as a tightness in your shoulder? Or is it like your fists are clenched? Is it like your mouth is tight? Think of where you feel, the where do you physiologically feel that stress? And then finally, think of what is the intensity. Just think of from a 0 to 10, how intense is that feeling? So I'm gonna go for the sake of the demo, I'm gonna go with, I feel stress in my head, and I give it a 7 rating. Now remember, we had gone through all the points in the body where we need to tap. So I'm going to show it to you with a real life example of how EFT is done. We got that's one part of it. The tapping is one part of it, and the second part of it are the affirmative statements that you say. So remember, you need to vocalize the negative feeling initially so that we can shift the negative feeling. And then in the second round, when the negative feeling has started to go down. So in my case, if my rating is at a 7, when it starts to go down to, let's say it's gone down to a 1 or a 0, then I will start to tap on the positive feeling. So what am I replacing it with? So let's start. Okay, so this is, remember, this is the first point. And you can use 2 fingers um, to tap, and you can tap about 7 times. Remember, don't go very intellectual with this process. It's best that you do it just straight out of the heart, because our intention really is not to understand how EFT is done, but rather put your intention into shifting the emotion. So here we go. Even though I feel stressed in my head, I fully and completely accept myself. And at this point, your setup statement has to be mentioned 3 times. So you can say around, you fully accept yourself, or you can say you choose to release it. You can even put in a positive affirmation. So that would go like, even though I feel really stressed at work and my head is very tight, I choose to release this feeling. Even though I feel very stressed in my head, I completely accept myself. And now when we tap on the other parts of the body, we're going to shorten that statement to only talk about the emotion. So this is how we would go. Remember, the next point was between the brows. So all the stress, side of the eye, all my stress. Below the eye, all my stress. Below the nose, all my stress. Under the lip, all the stress. I can't take it. Under the collarbone, all the stress. Under the arm, all the stress I feel in my head. And then finally, on top of the head, remember the midbrain where you tap on the midbrain and it just calms you down. Top of the head, all my stress. Take one deep breath. And here's a beautiful tip which has really helped me in a big way when it comes to breathing. Use a 6-second technique for breathing. So that would be 6 seconds in and then 6 seconds out. What it does is it literally, your shoulders literally fall down and you come to a place of calm and peace when you do the 6-second breathing technique. So 6 seconds in, 6 seconds out. Now give yourself the rating again. Okay. So look at it, whether it has fallen from a 7 to a 5, or maybe it's just gone down to a 2 or a 1 or even a 0. We don't know, depending on, how strong your feeling was. So if it's a negative feeling, and let's say it's actually gone up, let's say from 7, it's actually gone up to a 9 because, all that stress just came up. Okay. What do? Is you continue to tap on the same feeling. Keep saying, all my stress, all my stress, all my stress, all the stress. I can't take it. All the stress, I can't take it. It's just one me only. Remember, the words that you use have to be very specific to you. What do you feel? Because the real success of EFT is really about how you feel and how you vocalize exactly how you feel. All right, now let's say if it has come down, okay, so from a 7, if you're feeling a 5, if you're feeling a 2, by the time you tap and tap and tap and you have brought it down to a place where it's 0, that's a great time for you to tap in the positive affirmations. So what would you say? This is an example again, right? Um, Even though there may be stress that I have felt in the past, I choose to release it now and say that 3 times. Okay, so you can use affirmations like I choose to let go of it, I choose to completely reduce it, I choose to see it differently, etc. Whatever the words that you use have to be, like I told you, it has to be very specific to what is it that you choose. So that's where the real success of EFT lies. So let's do one round of that. So yeah, I'll just do this as the third time, even though I feel stressed. I choose to look at it in a different way, and then go into my stress. I release my stress. I don't need all the stress. I can find a way through this. I can see where the problem is. I now know that I can release the stress. I feel great now that I can release the stress. This stress is showing me where I'm going wrong. There you go. That was one round of positive EFT tapping. All right. You can do several rounds of that till you really feel much better and you really feel good. And you're likely to see that you will be able to notice where the source of your stress is. Okay, so it could be that you're not prioritizing your work properly. It could be that you have a, fear of something that could possibly happen to you, and that is what is causing you stress. So that's when you really start tapping on what is the root cause of that stress. And sometimes it could even take you back to childhood. You will not believe how most of the EFT sessions, if you were to do it with a proper practitioner, how most of these sessions would actually go into your underlying issues that are there in your childhood. So yeah, that's it really. This is how EFT is done. And remember, like I told you in the past video, it is just extremely effective. Your cortisol levels, which is your stress hormones, it has been shown that your stress hormones can really go down just with about a 15 minutes to a 1 hour tapping, depending on how intense those emotions were. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you really liked it, and I hope you will try out some EFT on your own as well. I'll see you in the next video where I will be talking about how to be kind to yourself, because a lot of times we take our lives too seriously and we forget self-care and how important it is to be really kind to ourselves. And EFT can again help you in a big way in all those things. So guys, I'll see you in my next video. Till then, cheers. Bye.